Oh boy, what is even happening today? Another day, another censorship, another moment where the gamers are absolutely unhappy. When would end? When would end? I'm a bird, mother. I'm a bird. The ultra gritty SWAT sim known for its brutal realism is under fire. And not from virtual criminals. Now, Void Interactive has dialed back gore, nudity, even child animation across PCs and console. The result? A review bombing storm hotter than a flashbang in a closet. What changed? Why now? And what do Steam reviews say? Let's check it out. If you are unfamiliar with Ready or Not, it dropped in early access around 2021, hit full release in 2023, and built a rep as a hyper-realistic SWAT experience. Blood, dismemberment, seizing civilians, the works. The devs even removed placeholder offensive jokes from maps in the past to respect victims of real-world tragedies. So clearly they care about tone. But fans say this time it's gone way too far. What exactly got censored? Dismemberment? Still possible, but only while the target is alive. Once dead equals safe. No more cutting off limbs. Post-mortem. Torture visuals? Less blood. Wounds slightly muted. Even the Narcos level informant is toned down. Nudity. Civilians and suspects now covered up more. Child convulsion animation now recast as quote unquote sleeping or quote unquote unconscious. These changes are applied globally, even to long-standing PC players who already had the copy for a very long time. So everyone's version has changed. But what does Void say about all of this? They say console certification demands these edits. Sony, Microsoft have content quote unquote requirements, even if PEGI 18 is granted. Maintaining separate PC and console builds plus crossplay compatibility adds workload and bugs. So they merged the censored version across all the platform. So basically, because they couldn't get onto consoles without the uncensored stuff, they changed the PC versions too, just to make the workload less. Let's define review bombing first before we even dive into what happened on Steam. A massive surge of negative reviews, often for cultural or political reasons, not gameplay issues. Valve's review histogram now flags such events. In this case, the recent reviews ranting tanked from very positive to mostly negative within days of the change announcement. And here's how the users react to it on Steam. Let's quickly look into it. Review bomb due to recent censorship and hiding realistic details. Who changed this review to positive if include no censorship, at least on PC version in this game. Artistic vision over console version. Since you're taking features away, can I have my money back? Censorship bad. Do not give these spineless hypocrites developers your money. Good game, but they censored it after release. This is a no-go for me. I guess they were not ready. Buy game for being brutally direct and realistic about violent nature of crimes that people struggle with, just for the devs to fold in favor of more money and wider market, censoring the game. Buy SWAT 4 on GOG if you want a good game. This is not worth the pirating anymore. Whoops. Fun game, but the adding of censorship and not fixing bugs. So as you can see, there's a lot of uproar happening about all of this. People are not happy. They're not happy that they bought game A, but now they have to play game B. PC gamer. The censorship is a step too far. Ready or Not is getting review bombed, and the developers sanitize the game to adhere to stricter console standards. Ready or Not is in hot water and getting review bombed because people are upset they won't see swinging dong anymore, cannot see many pixel boobs, cannot remove the arm of any already dead person. I personally think it's not as simple as that. There's a way growing issue constantly happening of people purchasing a game, but right now how everyone is treating it, that you don't actually own the game, it's just a temporary license, we can change it, we can remove it, we can do whatever we want, give us your money, and maybe if you're lucky, couple years down the line you'll still get to play the same game as you purchased. But also, this is not really uncommon when it comes to censoring games in favor of being able to have it on more platforms, selling more copies, and bypassing restrictions of distribution. For example, Hotline Miami 2 got banned in Australia. Manhunt 2 was neutered on consoles. Witcher 3 switched off nudity for the Switch version. Even Call of Duty has had scenes toned down in various regions. Civilization Studios often box in devs with platform specific rules. The question is this sanitization worse because it changes existing purchases after the fact? This raises bigger questions. Do you own a digital copy or a digital game? If you buy a book, physical or Kindle, the content doesn't change, but with digital that auto updates, your rights may be limited. Void isn't legally obligated to offer a rollback or a choice. Does it suck? Absolutely. Is it common? More and more increasingly, yes, and it sucks. Now let's get back more onto the quote unquote review bombing. Review bombing is a blunt tool. Some argue it's consumer protest. Others say it's toxic and punishes devs. Valve histograms help, but they're not banhammer. Here, its statement early buyer feel disrespected, and the recent rating drop signals that. And I completely get it. I feel the same way every time a game I purchase, especially in early access and supporting through the years up until it even releases, and all of a sudden it completely changes. It Oh, you wonder, where the hell did my money go? I did not purchase this. Can I have the goddamn game I actually paid for and I actually want to play, not the slob that's being offered to me instead? It's like wanting to eat a donut, but instead you get a freaking carrot. But let's get back to topic. Sorry for the tangent. In short, Board Interactive changed Ready or Not to get console certified. It applied those changes to existing PC players. The community responded with a review bomb and public outrage. Broader fallout? A tug of war between artistic integrity, digital ownership, and platform gatekeeping. What do all of you think about all of this mess? Is this justified protest? Did Void cross a line by altering a product already sold? Or is it just the cost of reaching wider audience? I personally think that they should have put in the effort and work to keep the PC version the way it was and push out a different version of it on consoles. Because changing a copy we already purchased, we already paid for, we already played, we're already familiar with, should be unethical. And yes, it would make them have to put in more money into development, basically having two versions that they have to maintain all the time. But the other reality is, before they even decided to launch it on Steam, not even on the console stores, they would have already known about all of this. So they could have, from the beginning, have been selling the version that it's becoming now. But that is their decisions that they made. And why does the gamer has to suffer? And remember, sometimes the most explosive battles happen outside of the games these days, and it's exhausting.
Yeah, yeah, fly high, check it. Spread my wings high, reach the sky, Feathers in the wind, never asking why. I'm a bird, motherfucker, I'm a bird. Soaring high, yeah, that's the word. Flying free like you never heard.